Welcome to another video of Dead by Trash Can. My name is Cubeproductions, and today we are using Score Merchant as always, using a really cool and good build. Using Alien Instinct, what this perk does, if you hook a survivor, the survivor who is injured and furthest from you is revealed to your location, well, reveals their aura to you for 5 seconds, and they're oblivious for 20 seconds. We have Jolt, we all know what this does. Then a survivor, any gen next to that survivor in a 32-minute radius, it will explode, lose 8% and start regressing. Hex Blood Favor, the main perk of the video. If a survivor gets injured by any means, all pallets are automatically blocked 32 meters away from that injured survivor, and they're blocked for 15 seconds. We have Scourge, Hook, Pain, Resonance. You all know what this perk does. I'm not even going to explain it because I use it in every video for a good reason, because basically you cannot stop gens very easily unless you use this perk. Vital targeting process to make all survivors move slower once they have a claw trap, and low power mode to make it so we can basically use our power more often than usual. Without further ado, let's get straight to the game so I can show you how great this build is, because this build is great. Okay, playing on the game. This is a really interesting map because basically I have never really played on indoor maps. This is one of those indoor maps. It's indoor, but a lot of the buildings and a lot of the rooms are, what's it called, big. So even though it's indoor, your drone can easily still hit anyone who decides to go anywhere. If I put these drones in a really good location where the survivor does run up here, they're gonna hopefully get, what's it called, injured and or detected by a drone. A person is right here, so of course I have to go straight after them. So normally, in a situation where you know you're fighting a Score Merchant, you should run away from this pallet, because you have no time to run away. But instead this girl is like, I'm going to stay here. I'm like, sure. And then I'm going to keep using this, thing to keep rotating this thing over and over again. Now this is a big claw trap. Now you notice this pallet is blocked, and that's because of Hex Blood Favor. And then you can see literally how good this perk is. So what this perk does, like I told y'all, if your survivor gets injured by any means, all pallets that are 30 minutes will get blocked for 15 seconds. And that is the reason why it's so good on Score Merchant, because Score Merchant can injure survivors with her drones. And if you put your drone in a really good location, that hopefully a really good drone location that will stop a gen, not a gen, I mean a loop, or put it in a really tight spot, maybe even near a pallet, the survivors will run towards the drone, get injured, and then try and go use the pallet, but the pallet's not going to be able to be used because of the fact that we have Hex Blood Favor. Another thing about Hex Blood Favor, especially on this map is so small, where 32 meters is in every direction up and down, so that means that the below floors and the top floors, wherever the pallets are, cannot be used once we hit a survivor. Now of course we can just M1 them, and then Hex Blood Favor does the exact same thing, or we can just drone them and then the same thing will happen. Either way, Hex Blood Favor is going to activate. The only problem is the part like this where the girl's already injured, so now we can't use Hex Blood Favor anymore because we can't injure her. But I'm going to go after her because of the perk Alien Instinct. It did show us that she's here. Now I don't know why I'm trying to mind game this when clearly I can't mind game this. It's impossible to mind game this right now. This is the best palette basically on this map. There is no mind gaming it. Well, not the best. It's one of the best palettes on this map. There's no point in mind gaming it. I am going to do this though because of the fact that she is going to be hindered, so I'm hoping I can get her. But she's smart enough to try and blow this palette. But I knew she was going to fall to, but I got stuck on the stupid annoying mannequin. And this is what I'm talking about, how this is literally impossible to catch this girl. But for some reason, instead of me playing the game correctly, I'm an idiot. And I want to keep chasing survivors in the impossible loops. I don't know why I do this. This is what wastes time. As you can see, the gen. Also, it looks like I'm telling this girl, and I basically was. And normally I don't do this, but for some reason, my brain just said, yes, I need to continue chasing this girl. I need to commit. I guess my thought process was, well, I'm already chasing this girl. I might as well get the down because I have no other options. And I guess that's what I did. So we spent a whole gen trying to chase the same girl we already down before. But on the bright side, she's gonna be dead on hook now. The problem is we spent a whole 8 hours chasing this girl. And they did a gen, and probably a gen and a half to be honest. But yes, the whole point of this build is to basically get Hex Blood Favor working, and then block all gens and block all pallets and get every single pallet basically unusable, so we can chase them even better. The only problem with this build is the fact that Score Merchant got changed, and she used to be able to protect drones, gens, anything real, not drones, sorry, totems and gens whenever she wanted to because of her power. But now she can't do that because her power no longer hits people who are standing still. This girl is gonna try and go back around and try and drop the pallet on me, but la haha, no, you can't do that. And then she goes down here, knowing there's a pallet down here that's so safe and there's no way you can beat it. But because of Hex Blood Favor, we are able to block that pallet and now get a quick down. And that's why this perk is just so good. A long time ago, the devs changed a lot of perks and changed what the text said. Basically, almost every perk in the game said, if you injure a survivor with basic attack, then this happens. But they changed it. So a lot of perks now say, if a survivor gets injured by any means, or just gets injured in general, you can do whatever it is you're trying to do. And that is amazing, because now we can use our drone with injured people to basically trigger Hex Blood Favor and make it impossible for survivors to do, to use pallets. So this girl, I'm waiting for a Dead Heart, but she doesn't have Dead Heart. And then this pallet gets blocked, so I know for sure that she can't, no one can pull it down on me. So, right, I'm gonna down this girl, I'm gonna hook her. The girl we basically tunneled out the game. I didn't even mean, honestly, to tunnel her. What really happened is she was the only person who Alien Instinct showed me. So I was like, whoa, I might as well go after you. I know exactly where you are. And then, because I was already committed to the chase, I thought to myself, well, I have two options. Either leave after chasing this girl for a whole minute, or leave after chasing this girl for a whole minute, or continue chasing this girl and just get her down. So this girl right here, she gets completely destroyed. Her mind is like, she's so scared. I literally jump scared this girl and almost grabbed her off the hook. I don't know why she died on hook, because I literally hooked her one time. So basically, I went from having 4 problems to having 3 problems, and then immediately only having 2. I don't know why, but the girl decided to just kill herself on the hook. So that's an easy win for us. So now we only got 2 people left, and there's almost no way they're gonna be able to win at this moment. Also, because someone got detected by my drone, I know exactly where they are. So I'm gonna go back over here. And then also because of the fact that we still have our Hex Blood Favor. Like I said, the only problem is you can't protect the totem, so well, you can put a drone, of course, on the totem. And then right here, I get so lucky. He literally runs into the drone and gets hit, and then I hit him and then instantly down. I literally looked at him like, what? And I just had the funniest look on my face, like, that really just happened. Because that is so rare. It happens, but the chance of that happening is so rare because, like I said before in my other videos, Storm Merchant cannot see who has a claw trap on. How much lock on they have on them. So because she can't see that, it's impossible for her to do what just happened consistently. Not to mention the drone has to literally end up being in the perfect spot. So it's just really, really hard to even be able to do that. So the fact that even happened is so funny. Now this girl is going to run back into my drone radius a second time. So now I'm going to try to do the same thing I did before, but I missed because, like I said, it's impossible. It's really hard to do that. Basically, they have to get injured and you have to hit them before they get the speed boost. And doing that is extremely tricky. And that's why I say it's impossible. But anyway, this game is over because literally we basically tunneled one person out the game. Like I said before, normally I don't do that. And I honestly do feel kind of bad. I know a lot of people in the comments are going to be like, don't feel bad. I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel that bad. Like, I feel bad because that's not how I play. But at that same time, it was like, well, I literally had no other options. And if you were a killer, what would you have done in that situation? Would you have continued chasing the same person? Or were you been like, well, I wasted a minute on this girl, might as well just give up and not down her when she's so close to getting down? But I just downed her, and as a result, we won it. If I didn't do that, I honestly probably would have been in a worse situation because they would have had 4 people still. So I think I did the right thing, and we won the game as a result. But this video is so long. You really think I only have 1 game for y'all? No. We have 2 more games to show y'all. So I'm going to show y'all how good this build is because honestly, like I said, this build is all really good. I already proved it in this video. In this game. But it gets even better. Hex Blood Favor, in my opinion, might be one of Storm Merchant's best perks. But I'll just let y'all see the next video, the next match, and then y'all be able to understand how good it is. Also, I might make more videos with this build because it's just that good. Okay, next game we're playing on Ironworks of Misery. Also, I wanted to explain to you why my uploads have been so weird. I feel like I do this all the time. But in case y'all don't know, I am in college, and college comes first, and then uploading comes second. Now, like I said before, I have a bunch of videos on my computer where I basically play Dead by Daylight, press the record button, and then I end up playing the game, and then I record my gameplay, and then I will make a video with the gameplay once I actually have enough free time to do it. And that's what I'm doing right now, and that's why you have this video for today. But a lot of times I am not free, and the free time I do have, I end up using that to study or go to wherever I gotta do for college. And that's the reason why you won't see me uploading, sadly, as consistently as I used to do it. And I do kind of hate that a lot. Well, not really kind of. Actually, I really hate it. But there's just not much you can do about it at the moment. You still need to I still need to keep doing what I'm doing. So right here, there's 3 people in this gen, and I'm gonna kick it, but I'm not stupid. I know how survivors work. I play survivor. So I'm gonna go back to Earth gen, because I already know there's someone on the gen. So, and lo and behold, there's someone right here. So this person's gonna get scammed by my drone. If I can get them, they got scammed by my drone. I'm gonna kill the gen one more time. But then I know that someone's gonna try and come back here again. But honestly, it's worth losing this gen to get 3 people injured, so I can win later than it is to try and protect the gen. But that girl is too far away, so I know I'm not gonna be able to down her. So I'm gonna go back towards the gen. But they do it right in front of me because they know that I'm gonna go after them, and I'm like, great. But luckily for me, this guy gets another lock-on stack. So I know this guy has 2 lock-on stacks, or at least he has 1. I know I can hit him before he goes on this pallet, and Hex Bluff is gonna activate so no one can drop it on me. So we're in a really good position. Now I try to find the nearest hook. I'm hoping for a scorch hook, but sadly there are no scorch hooks anywhere. And now he's gonna scream like a loud person, and now I go towards the next person. But luckily, Alien Instinct lets me be able to see the next person. As long as I place drones, at the right positions, I can be untouchable forever. So luckily, I was able to single on them. And as long as you have the yellow auto one, you can put down enough drones where you're untouchable forever. Not really forever. Yeah, forever. It's forever. And if you have the other yellow auto one that makes you untouchable even longer, you can put even more drones up. So I know this guy went over here, so I didn't hear him go through the window or see him go through the little hole. So I know he's this way. He can get a clutch up on him. So I know one more time after going on this loop, he'll get exposed. Not exposed. He'll get hindered. But for some reason, he decides to be weird and drop his pallet now and not at the right time. So luckily for me, I have put a drone up here a long time ago. That's the whole point of me putting these drones up. I know he's gonna vault this pallet because it's obvious. So then I'm going to down him because he's hindered. And we're kind of in a bad position because even though I did basically not really let him do one gen, there's not really much I could do about it. There were 3 people all gonna try and swarm on one gen that was already at 90%. There's not much I can do about that. But as a result, I was able to down this person, and now I know someone else is injured. And then for some reason why the guy who I just downed decides to go right in front of me. Luckily, there's a drone right here, and luckily it does scan him. So now I know the next lock-on stack he gets, he will get a claw trap on him. And for some reason, he's going a really weird looping pattern. Now, Hex Bluff Paper has activated, so I know this pallet is blocked. And then he just runs towards me because he doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm like, great. A really easy down, and then we have 2 really quick downs. This guy's dead on hook now once we hook him again, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find him again thanks to Alien Instinct. Alien Instinct is a really good perk, and I feel like it kind of incentivizes tunneling, if I'm being honest. Because a lot of times, they'll unhook the survivor after you hook another survivor so you can see exactly where the next survivor is. And the next survivor will be most likely the one that just got unhooked and you also just hooked before. So, and then they're oblivious and they don't know where you're coming from, so you just come from anywhere and you kill them. It's just really funny. But anyway, the guy dies on the hook, and I'm like, why? Then this girl runs into me for some unknown reason. I don't know what she's doing. And then she gets a claw trap, and I'm like, great. And I believe I'm not gonna lie, I think they kind of gave up because once he dies, they kind of play really weirdly. But I don't know why he even like killed himself on the hook, because he literally was winning. He got 2 gens. Yeah, he was dead on hook, but as long as his teammates rescued him, it would have been fine. But for some reason, he decides to continue going that way. So this guy is gonna go on this gen, but I'm confused. What are you doing? Because in my head, I'm like, you know, the drone right in front of you, never disabled, and you could have easily disabled. So he runs into the drone and gets a claw trap on him, and then gets injured. And then he runs right here, and I'm like, well, I know you don't have this either strike because you just touched that gen. So now I'm like, what were you doing? And then the last girl is like, I'll save, and I'm like, no, no, no. And then the guy I'm carrying isn't wiggling, so I'm like, well, I guess I can get her free down, and then I don't, because she just like is faster than me, of course. So I'm thinking she's gonna rescue, but she does not. So I'm gonna put him back on the hook, well, right next to the hook. I'm gonna go this way. I'm trying to mind game. I'm thinking she's gonna go back around, but she does not. She instead goes towards the drop pallet that I'm pretty sure the guy dropped earlier. So I'm like, great. So now I'm gonna put a drone here. I should have waited and put the drone later, but I know this girl is gonna try and use that pallet to try and rescue, which she does. So I'm down on her, and as long as the girl who just got on the hook doesn't have a flashlight, we should be fine. And I'm gonna hook her back on the hook. And then thanks to Alien Instinct, is gonna show me the aura of the next person who's injured, who is literally the person who just got off the hook. So as a result, I know exactly where they are, but because she has distortion, or I'm just blind, I didn't know where she went exactly, so that's a problem for me, but it doesn't really matter because this game is over. Like I said, once the guy died on the hook, they just played super weirdly. I don't know what they were doing. It made absolutely no sense. They could have still won, they just gave up. And I noticed they do it a lot when I play Square Merchant. I don't know if it's because of my play style, I don't know if it's because of a killer, or just how survivors play in general, but she definitely 100% gave up. And I was like, sure. But there's no point in me leaving this hook area because I know she's near the hook area. But also I know that this game's over, so there's no point in me trying to go towards any gens when they already got one person on the ground. I let her rescue her teammate because I was kind of bored, honestly. I was waiting for them to do their thing. And I was like, you know what, just rescue your teammate so I can have to have this boring match. So he's gonna go loop this really, really annoying loop that's connected to another really, really annoying loop. But because I know that he isn't gonna go back toward my drone area because that'll be suicide, I'm gonna chase this guy. But for some reason, he's like, I will go back to the drone area. And I'm like, why are you like this? And then it hit me that it was actually the other girl. Now I'm hoping the drone can see her, and it does. So now she is hindered, and there's no way she can do a 360 on moi. My Square Merchant can hit anyone. So I'm gonna hook her immediately on a hook that's hopefully close by. And literally the game went from a terrible game to Hex Blood Favor making it possible to win, like usual. Now, do you need Hex Blood Favor? Not really. But like I said, I was trying different builds. I had two builds. The first build I had Distortion, and the second one I had Hex Blood Favor. Now, which one do I think is better? It really depends. Hex Blood Favor, well, no. Distortion is good because, that's Distortion, I meant to say Desolation. Desolation. I had two builds of Desolation and I had one with Hex Blood Favor, the one we're using right now. And I still have videos, by the way, of both of these games. This Desolation is really good because if a survivor gets injured, then the next time they would drop down a pallet, and well, not really drop down a pallet, but the next time they would vault a pallet that's already down, the pallet will automatically get destroyed. And as a result, we basically have this game where I can go on any loop, and as long as I get an injury on someone, there's not much I can do about it. They can't really vault the pallet. Now, the reason why I don't use that all the time is because there's a thing about Desolation that works only if a survivor is in your terror radius, which means I can't use the brown noise generator add-on, and I can't place down any more drones because if you put it on a drone, you're going to be untouchable, and when you're untouchable, you have no terror radius. So if I were to place down a drone during the 20 seconds that Desolation activates, and then they vault a pallet, the pallet won't break. And that is something that I found out way before way before the Square Merchant rework even happened. So because of that reason, I have basically not been using Desolation as much. I've tried Hex Blood Favor, and I'm getting way better results because it's the same exact thing, but instead of them having to vault the pallet, we just block the pallets in general, and they can't do the pallets. Also, it doesn't matter if I'm untouchable or how many drones I place down. I can still block all pallets that are for 15 seconds, as long as they're 32 meters near the person who I injured. So because of that reason, it's really, really good. And a lot of the time, they don't end up breaking the totem because it's like not a strong enough totem where you need to break it always. But at the exact same time, they can't find it either, because I'm not trying to protect it, so they don't know where it is. So at the last second, I'm trying my hardest to find this hatch, but then I noticed that the guy's actually on the hatch, and I'm like, oh, let me go towards him. But I'll be trying down this person. He's gonna teabag on the hatch for some reason, and I'm like, you could have escaped a while ago. So I'm like, okay. But that was the second game. It was really, really fast paced because one guy killed himself on the hook for some reason, for no reason actually at all. And then everyone else just acted like imbeciles because they like lost their teammate. So then one guy runs to a drone, one guy runs into me. It just made no sense. Like after he died, they acted like weirdos. But anyway, let's go to the third and final game of the video. Okay, welcome to Haddonfield. We all love Lafkin Lane. So this map is really interesting. I don't remember if I posted a video of this map yet. I think I did actually, but I can't remember. But after the Score Merchant rework, I feel like this map got much better to work with, because basically before you had 4 drones on this humongous map trying to protect generators. Now you don't really have to protect gens as much. Instead, you just protect the places that you know the survivor is going to run to. So if I know the survivor is going to run in this really, really annoying loop, all I have to do is put a drone there. That way the loop is really, really annoying for them instead of really annoying for me. And as a result, I have the ability to hopefully beat survivors on this annoying map, because this map has really good pallets and really, well, the map has really good pallets in the center, but on the outside they're kind of eh. But this map has really good pallets sometimes, but it has amazing windows, and that is the thing that makes me hate this map so much. I hate the fact that it has amazing windows that have like no counterplay, and that is not fun at all. Now luckily for me, I'm going to down this girl really quickly, and I'm going to hook her on a hook, and luckily this scorcher right here, as long as I can hook her before they complete a gen, thank the Lord. And now we have a person hooked, and all I have to do is continue to find the next person. Now, sadly, I don't have anyone else injured, so I can't just use my ultimate weapon. Not ultimate weapon. I can't use my alien instinct, but I can down this girl right here who for some reason just stopped playing the game. So for some reason, 2 people decided, you know what? I'm done. I hate Score Merchant. I'm like, why? Like literally didn't do anything. Like I literally played the game, and for some reason they immediately gave up because I guess Score Merchant is just too difficult for them to deal with. So that was the third game, literally. I'm not going to show it because it literally is just me fighting against a whole team of bots because everyone left the game. Now, last time I did this, the game, what's it called? Last time I had a whole team of bots. The game has ended once I placed the first girl on the hook. But for some reason, it didn't end this time. Now, I was going to leave the game because I was like, why am I doing this? But the only reason I didn't leave is I felt like the game would punish me, the killer, for leaving, knowing everyone else is out the game. So I decided to continue playing in this game, and that's the reason why you have this third really small match. But I'm not gonna bore y'all with this last match. I'm just gonna give y'all some final thoughts, and that is, I think this build is really good. Ultimate weapon. I keep calling it ultimate weapon. I meant to say Alien Instinct is a really good build. I mean, a really good perk, because it basically lets you be able to get info on where a certain survivor is, and that's really good. The only problem is a lot of times it ends up just giving you info on the same survivor you already hooked, so you end up tunneling, and that's a problem. But other than that, it's a really good perk. And then Hex Blood Paper on Scum Merchant is amazing. It is so good on map, especially like this, where you can get someone injured and then they can't use any pallets in the area. That is amazing, and that's why I recommend you use this perk build. It's pretty good. Of course, if you have any builds in the comments, let me know by posting a comment. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Have a nice day.